Charles Manson is one of the most terrifying figures in American criminal history. Not because he committed murder with his own hands, but because he managed to take complete control of the minds of a group of young people, pushing them to commit brutal crimes in his name. Manson was born in 1934 in Ohio to a young alcoholic mother and an almost unidentified father. He lived a childhood full of neglect and was raised in juvenile correctional institutions, where his rebellious personality and intelligence in manipulating others appeared early. From petty criminal to spiritual leader. In the 1950s and 1960s, Manson went to prison several times on charges of theft and forgery. But the long prison term made him develop a new style, read books about psychological influence, and study rock music that dominated young people at that time. When he came out in 1967, he knew exactly how to attract followers. In California, Manson gathered around him a group of young women and men fleeing their homes, often searching for freedom and love. He introduced himself to them as a spiritual leader, combining strange ideas about religion, the end of the world, and hippies with drugs like LSD to brainwash them and make them blindly obey him. Manson was obsessed with the idea of an impending race war in America, inspired by a Beatles song. He believed that this war would lead to the end of the existing order, and that he and his followers would emerge as leaders of the new world after the chaos. The horrific crimes of 1969. In August 1969, Manson ordered his followers to commit a series of brutal murders to spread chaos and ignite conflict. Most notable is the Tête LaBianca massacre. The most famous victim was actress Sharon Tate, who was 8 months pregnant and the wife of director Roman Polanski. Tate and 4 others were murdered in a gruesome manner, with phrases written in blood on the walls. The next night, his followers killed the LaBianca couple in their home in the same horrific manner. Manson did not kill himself, but was convicted of incitement and planning crimes. The trial in 1970 was like a theatrical performance, with his followers appearing with strange slogans and shaving their heads in solidarity with him. He was sentenced to death, but the death penalty was temporarily abolished in California, and the sentence was converted to life imprisonment. Manson remained in prison until his death in 2017 at the age of 83. During those years, he gave controversial television interviews showing a mixture of madness and charisma, making him a symbol of horror in American culture. Thus, Charles Manson's physical journey within the prison walls ended, but his dark legacy continued to creep in for decades, rearing its head whenever the word brainwashing or bloody cult was mentioned. Manson was not just a criminal. He was the embodiment of the idea that the greatest danger might come not from the weapon in the killer's hand, but from the words that seep into minds until they make an ordinary human being an instrument of slaughter in the name of illusion. With each new generation, the question remains, how many more Mansons might be born among us without us realizing it until it's too late?